WMC Memphis, WMFS HD2 Bartlett, Memphis. Part of the Memphis Sports Network with 92.9 FM ESPN. ESPN 790 AM.
Watch the sunrise, new day's dawning, and it's calling you and me. Where the mighty Mississippi flows by Memphis, Tennessee. We've got woodlands, fields, and water. Hey, there is no better way. You can find out all about it on Outdoors with Larry Ray. Make some time. Take the family, ask a friend, but don't delay. Listen up and learn about it all. Outdoors with Larry Ray. Listen up and learn about it all. Outdoors with Larry Ray.
Good Saturday morning. Welcome to another edition of the award-winning Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790. Brought to you proudly by the Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency, Gaston's White River Resort, and Barton Power Sports. Now, here's your host, Larry Ray.
Hey, good Saturday morning. Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray. Bill Cooksey in studio. Bill, how are you doing?
I'm well. It's Outdoors Without Larry Ray.
Yes, it is. And why is that?
50th anniversary.
Absolutely.
Amazing.
Hey, happy anniversary to Larry and Miriam. And Greg, thank you very much for
Keeping us in line.
Keeping us in line.
Fearless leaders.
I do my best.
And absolutely. And by the way, today's show is brought to you in part by Gaston's White River Resort, Barton's Power Sports in West Memphis and Jonesboro, and the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency. Hey, you know, Bill, we've talked about Lou's fishing with Gary Snyder and the museum and everything. Well, they have a new pro staff member.
Really?
Yeah, they absolutely do.
Tell me about him.
And her.
There you go.
By the way, and I'm so happy to have on Debra Hengst from San Antonio, Texas. Debra, good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys. How are y'all doing on this Saturday morning?
Doing very, very well. And listen, thank you for coming on this morning, this Saturday morning here on Outdoors with Larry Ray. But I got the word that and heard through the grapevine and everything else that you have now become a pro staffer for Lou's Fishing, along with Strike King and several others.
Right, exactly. I am so excited because I started out with Lou's years ago and with the BB1NGs, and now I am so proud to represent Lou's. And, oh, my gosh, I have a rod and reel in my hand, and it is one of their new items that they introduced out at ICAST back in July. And I'm sure you've heard about them. They're out now, the Pro Magnesium Cast and Reel and the Custom Speed Stick. And what a sweet, sweet rig this is. I am so excited and catches fish, too.
And you caught some last week, and I think we were talking, and you said you went to Medina.
Yes,
and
sure did.
And caught you a bunch of fish using a Rage Crawl and that brand new outfit. And you're in love with it.
Absolutely. I cannot believe it when they sent it to me I picked up the box after it was delivered, and I was like, okay, I guess, here's the box, but there's nothing in it. And I forgot to put the reel in it. And so I went ahead and I opened it, and there was this sweet, pretty little old reel laying in there, and I'm like, oh my goodness. So I just couldn't believe it's as light as a feather. And
5.3 ounces.
Absolutely. And when you put that in your hand, I mean, it's faster, lighter, and stronger, I mean,
absolutely.
How did we fish 40 years ago?
I don't know, but I
me neither. I don't know because I wasn't born.
That must there you well okay Ron, all right, okay, that's a good one. Well, I tell you what, my arms and my elbows are paying for it now. I wish I would have had this kind of a setup when I had started 40 years ago, Ron.
I tried to make myself fish with an old outfit here about a month ago. I said, I am going to take this old 5500C and this old glass rod, and I am going to throw a spinner bait around these boathouses.
My goodness, I remember the old
5 minutes.
Yeah.
It's amazing what technology has, and of course, we talk about that new magnesium reel by Luz. Not only is it smoother, faster, stronger, but the features on it are pretty awesome. They have 2 features on there that I really like. You have that line indicator and the speed clip on it.
That's right, and that is so sweet. I mean, the old days are what I've been doing. I'll just reveal a little thing that I've been doing is I used to use masking tape, and I would put that on my reel because I would know then what size line I had on the particular reel. But wow, with this new line indicator on the tension knob, for mono and for braid, boy, you can just mark whatever line you have on there and just take a look at it, and then you know what line you got on that reel.
Absolutely. Because, fishing lines today, especially the newer fluorocarbons, it's hard to tell the difference between 12, 14, 15, 17-pound test line.
I just buy 17.
It sure is. There you go.
But with an actual indicator on the reel, I can't get ahead far enough to write on tape and that sort of thing. I know to do it, I just don't. But to have something on the reel that can quickly
it really helps. It really helps out. And the thing is it has a designation on there. It has an F for fluorocarbon. Then it has an MB, which is mono or braid. And it's amazing. It's really amazing, and it doesn't get in the way. Real easy to use. And the line clip is really good that they have on there. It's out of the way. And
you just flip it up, and when you need it, and flip it down when you don't, and then you don't need to mess up your reels anymore. You can keep them all pretty and shiny, and your rod's nice, and you don't have that darn clip on the rod. I've used several rods in the past where they put the little clip on there, and invariably when I make a cast, for some reason that line would always wrap around that little clip that I would put the hook on, and I don't have to worry about that, or it would break off. So this is sweet.
Well, and for those that are competition fishing with that new Luz reel with that speed clip on there, oftentimes what do we do when we're using soft plastics? We take the hook out of the soft plastic so we can use it to either put it on your reel or on the speed clip. Well, you don't have to even do that with the speed clip. You can leave the hook embedded in your soft plastic, and
so you don't tear it up.
You don't
further
tear it
every
up.
time
That's
you
right.
try to store
That's
it.
right. And you put it right on that speed clip because of the way that it's built. It's
right.
really amazing.
Hook it there on the bend, and you can keep your plastic right there. Yep.
Yeah, you don't even have to unhook it and tear it up like you say, Bill. And of course, Debra, you've been with Strike King for a long time, and you're helping out with a program coming up here in October.
Yes, and I'm very pleased to be with Strike King. In fact, this is next month will be my 10th anniversary in October.
Happy anniversary!
That they signed me to the National Pro Staff. In 2005, they bumped me up from just the regional to the national. So that was back in 2005. So yeah, it's 10 years.
All right. Hey, and listen, you're getting ready to help out with a very, very special project for the Wounded Warriors. Is that correct?
Yes, it's the Soldiers on the Water.
Soldiers on the Water.
That'll be held on a local lake here north of San Antonio. It's a power plant lake. It has lots of hydrilla and lots of fish in it.
You won it last year, if I'm not mistaken.
Absolutely. I sure did. My soldier and we wound up winning that. I'd never seen the lake before. I was asked to participate, and volunteered for that. So I showed up that morning, picked up my soldier. They paired me with a lady soldier, and we went out, and darn if we didn't win the darn thing.
That's
Awesome.
Is that not cool? And
So-
this year you're helping out in a bigger and better way too. Tell our listeners what you're doing, Deborah, and what have you been able to do?
For the Soldiers on the Water, it really is a great event. It gets them out on the water for those that have disabilities or, of course, our military service out there. It's just a great avenue to keep them in the outdoors and just really, we thank them so much for what they do for us in our country. It's the least we can do is give back.
But you've also taken some of your sponsors and gotten them to help out also.
Absolutely. Strike King has sent a whole big goodie box for the soldiers.
Wow.
And to top that off, Luz has also donated rods and reels from their American Hero program. And we're just overwhelmed that they both were able to support and contribute to the event that's coming up here in about a month.
And if I'm not mistaken, they also have a Facebook page, which I went and did a like to. And it's Soldiers on the Water, correct?
Yes, it is. Soldiers on the Water on Facebook, right. That's right. And we'd love to have everybody come over there and like the page and check out what's going on. I am certainly a volunteer, a boater helping out, but we would love to have everybody check out the page.
Deborah, before we leave, and certainly we will be talking to you down the road here on Outdoors with Larry Ray, but if somebody wants to follow you, how can they do that? You have several different ways people can follow you.
Yes, I certainly do, and that would be great. I would love to have some folks go to my Facebook page, and it's under Debra Hengst, Hengst, Angler. That's my fishing page. And then I also have a website, which is DebraHengst.com, and I also am a Twitter poster.
Yeah, I'm a
tweet.
So I tweet. I like to tweet. I tweet and I do Facebook, and I just picked up a new little app, it's Periscope, and I plan on starting to use that. It's like live TV on your phone wherever you're at. So, but I would love for everybody to go out and check out my Facebook page and my website, and then let me know what you think. Or if you have any questions.
Deborah, thank you so much for your time, and we'll be talking to you down the road here on Outdoors with Larry Ray.
Thank you both so much. You guys have a great Saturday.
Bye now. Deborah Hengst, wow, I tell you, she's been through a lot. Bill, I don't know if you know, she's a breast cancer survivor.
Really?
She took time off. She had to take time off of her fishing BASS Opens to get well, and she's gotten well now. She's going to be looking at the schedule for 2016.
Good for
Cool
her.
stuff. Hey, time for another break before we get into our final segment here on Outdoors with Larry Ray.
Find out all about